Well, hello and welcome everybody to another week of Academy Rush. My name is Pastry Time, and it is indeed time to get into our game here as Dignitas Academy take on FLYA Academy. It has been a interesting go for Dignitas Academy recently. Once atop the standings with no losses at all, they have taken 2 losses in the last few weeks. And unfortunately for them, despite their record being very good at 8-2, their losses have been a little damning, losing to basically a straight-up TP backdoor by a TLA after taking a Baron they should not have taken, and just kind of getting a loss in the draft by drafting a little too much magic damage up against Golden Guardians Academy. Still a very powerful team, expecting them to come out swinging here as FlyQuest have struggled since their early opening success in Academy. But as the teams power up and get closer in strength, certainly Dignitas have shown that they are not unbeatable in this league, despite the caliber of players. Going to quickly run through the draft view right now. The bans on the Dig side were Lucian, Azir, Yuumi, LeBlanc, and Zoe. And FLYA offering up Ornn, Tamken, Syndra, Olaf, and Trundle. So we'll see Acadian here going to go ahead and start on his red with a bit of help there from Phoenix and Olay. And interestingly, we are on patch 10.4 and Aphelios did receive some nerfs, yet this was the first pick overall for Dig. As you can see, you can now see both of Phoenix's weapons, which is very nice for both spectators and opponents alike. But interesting to see Dignitas still prioritize that champion very highly despite the changes. So Phoenix clearly believing that it is more than powerful enough to take very early on in this draft alongside Olay, despite the changes to the champ. In the top lane, things looking about the same as we've seen. Set continuing to be high priority. This was one of the 2 first picks that FlyQuest Academy took into this game. And Aatrox we see just about any time he's available in the top lane. And Lawler's been pretty successful on the champion so far this split, but Mac and JJ do have the early push. So they are going to go looking for Sejuani here. Acadian is doing a full red side clear. JJ is maybe going to spot him here. I think we'll now see that the Raptors are gone, but actually going straight for the mid lane by the looks of things. Going to try set up triple here for a potential kill. Hook is going to connect very nicely. Miasma down as well. Grounds him in there with a root, and good damage as Conqueror procs a triple, but not enough for a kill, but still very efficient roaming on the part of JJ. This does give Acadian power to just walk into the enemy jungle and do his own gank here, wrapping around into the top side of the map. Revenge could be in a spot of bother here. Does not have vision, and Acadian has not been spotted wrapping around, despite the fact that Fnatic was on the Raptor. So Revenge going to get chained up. Lolo setting it up perfectly. Permafrost going to charge up. Sejuani back in the man of melee top lane, and see you later, Revenge. Nice face breaker, good haymaker, but that's only going to delay the inevitable. Revenge actually going to try and make a go of it, but it's still first blood over to Lolo. Extremely well executed gank there by Acadian. Fnatic maybe on the bot side, looking to make something happen. Himself is spotted by the ward that Dignitas Academy do have, and I do not know how Acadian got in there so sneakily, but was not spotted. There was that ward I don't think was there when Acadian first wrapped in. So just a really good pathing. Punishing Revenge for being too far ahead in that lane. Revenge, to his credit, did not burn his flash, has decided to walk back as well to not use the TP. So he's trying to save what he can in that situation. Knew that he was dead, tried to fight his way out, and very nearly got a trade kill. But it is first blood to Lolo instead, as we'll watch triple here in mid up against Demonte's Rumble, one of the champions he has taken multiple times throughout the season so far. This is a champion that, you know, in the early weeks, Triple was playing it, and teams were just not letting it through. It was so powerful, so difficult to push out of lane, and then in the mid game, with the emphasis on Rift Heralds and early Drakes, meant that Rumble just kind of auto-won you every single fight, and was still good at setting up fights you in the mid to late game as well. So Rumble does not get through that often. I think its popularity has dropped a little bit. Demonte is one of the few players in Academy still playing the champion. And I think without Dignitas have approached the game, with Acadian doing a lot of farming and wanting to be a very aggressive team in general, this pick does make sense. So it is interesting to see that Rumble, despite not receiving any changes, I believe, just wanting to, still not being picked up by that many teams, but clearly being valued here by Dignitas. As Phoenix and Olay in the 1v1 off to a very fast start in CS there. up 10 right now for Phoenix. I imagine some of that is to do with JJ's level 2 roam into the mid lane to try and set up triple. But control of the map will continue to stay in Dignitas Academy's favor. Now onto this Cloud Drake. Cadian has no opposition to try and contest for this one, and of course with Phoenix and Ole already pushed up, no real worries. The contest could happen. In fact, Monte even had mid push as well as triple was also on a base. So very clean first straight take there for Dig, as Ocean will be the next one. That leaves us with Mountain and Infernal as our possible souls. Again, always fun to track which soul's coming up. I think in general all the souls fairly powerful. Ooh, very tricky looking interaction there as the battle hook does go down, but JJ managing to create enough space, and a little tug on the end of Thresh's death sentence, not enough to interrupt JJ fully out of the hook. He'd already buffered, so he does get away without any additional damage. And Fnatic has roamed up to the top side of the map, but the wave is pushing back towards Revenge, who's actually going to have a CS lead by the end of this. He's got a whole wave to pick up, including a cannon, and is equal in CS just about here to Lolo, so it's going to be pretty close between the two. Revenge has certainly been a standout player here on FlyQuest, and despite the first blood for Lolo, got that early Doran sword and shield, so he's equipped and ready for battle. Not afraid of fighting Aatrox straight up, which Set really should not be afraid of in general. Makes sense why it's been such a popular first pick. It does fit into a variety of comps. Some teams can flex it as well into solo lanes or even jungle. And does just kind of very robust, very safe, all-around good solo laner. Revenge certainly been happy to take a new top laner to battle in recent weeks, as Mash and JJ going to look to push things out here in the bottom lane. A good first recall here for Phoenix, kind of maximizing that aggression. BF Sword and 2 Dorans there for Phoenix. We do see a lot of Dorans stacking on the ADs, especially MF, but Monte can interrupt this back. What a great equalizer. Mash going to be forced to flash away. JJ again off to the side. Ole did try and flash there for the hook, but Mash was able to burn the heal and the flash to get out of there safely. Still a massive commitment for FlyQuest Academy to get away, and the bad news is still to come. They are going to lose so many minions to this turret. After some really good timing there from Phoenix, Ole, and Damonte in particular with the roam down there. You have to imagine, again, they were hoping that they could push the wave out fast enough, but couldn't do it, and now it's going to go straight from bot to mid lane. Triple, going to flash out of there. Good cleanse after the death sentence, so will stay alive. It has to burn both sums. Again, Ole is just ripping through cooldowns here on the Thresh, and you can see why they are happy to shove and keep going, because the swap's happening anyway here for this early Rift Herald. Phoenix and Ole here first, no surprises there. After Ole grabs 2 more sums in mid off triple. And a very successful little trip around the world here for Phoenix and Ole. From bottom lane all the way to top, and they did something every step of the way, as this lane swap has been fully completed now. FlyQuest, despite having the timing right for the swap, clearly could not compete to try and contest for this Herald, given the early strength built up here by Dignitas. So Fnatic will be lying in wait behind the tower in case the dive is imminent. Ole looking for the hook. It's going to be a hook on the other side as Bullet Time's ripping out there from the MF. TP's in on both sides. Fnatic with the early kill. Had to burn the ulti, though. Here comes the Cadian as Revenge also going to bounce in there, looking for the showstopper. Face breaks Lolo. Moves him back in. A good little move there as Lolo will get out, but the Nautilus ulti is chasing him. Still the rest of the squad in pursuit, but will not go for it. Really nice little step forward there from Revenge to push Lolo back in, and this time it's FlyQuest Academy that are getting summoners off their opponents. With Damonte up there, but wasn't really in range to use the ulti, and Triple didn't have space to roam up, but was not needed, and is actually affording himself a nice little CS lead as a result. He's about 2 waves ahead. Gonna try and fight this Rumble. Gonna need a bit more mana perhaps to do that though. Certainly can keep up with Rumble's damage. Ooh, that Q missing though, not a good look, as Damonte overheating and just power shoving the wave there. So Triple okay, will grow in strength, but 1v1 right now to the Rumble. He's gonna struggle, especially in the pushing department, and it's really just all about these plates here. Cadian does have the Rift Herald ready to drop, so they're going to do what damage they can. Plate 1 goes down, they drop the Herald, and they'll knock down 2. It's going to take 2.5 or so. Maybe just 2. That's, 2.5, just about. So not enough to finish off the tower. Still a massive amount of plate gold given over to Dignitas Academy as Phoenix and Ole continue to grow richer in their 1v1. Again, going to swap ourselves back as Phoenix will take it back alongside his support. And I wonder if they'll rush back to the top side here, or maybe back down for the Ocean Drake up in 15 seconds. Certainly a consideration. And looks like they will be moving back down to the south of the map, as JJ already aware that this was the likely play, so perhaps FlyQuest feel like they can contest for this Drake here. Triple going to get blue and has finished it back, so has a bit more strength. In fact, FlyQuest going to get here first and try and start it up, but Acadian with a ward over the back. Just going to see what's happening. A great Skies Boom that reveals all 5 players. And Triple going to have to play Gatekeeper here with his ulti, but Ole has been on point so far with the hooks to Monte now with the wraparound. Drake is going to get low, they'll take it, but at what cost? There's the equalizer now, ball time over the top. Showstopper, they're going to try and run it as Monte diving into the background will force Fnatic away, but in the front side, just melting on the FlyQuest Academy side. His Revenge over the top of the wall will try and get to safety. JJ low, but not there, but Triple cannot say the same as Revenge. Will get caught by Lolo. But now going to have to dance around the rocks here. The Mountain Rift is ready, so Revenge has a little bit more fog of war to play with. Building up the grit again. The Haymaker going to be ready, but he gets CC'd and Lolo slaps him down with Q3. And that will be the 3rd kill overall for Dig in that fight. Monte shoves out the wave in bot, so Drake split now. FlyQuest Academy will get one, but a fairly costly endeavor. We'll see when that first completed item kind of ticks over again. Talk about Rumble. We've been saying that champion's name since week 1. Just so potent in the mid game with the ulti. When you're trying to force fights around these objectives where people congregate. Monte had a great flank there in that team fight, and it is just so tough to push through the Rumble. The Dig continuing to grow that lead up to 1,200 gold now. I've doubled their gold lead since I last checked before that Ocean Drake, where they were up about 600 gold. But still the first tower to claim here. JJ again going to look for a play here, but no ulti from the last engage. Means that Monte just going to pop the W and run back under the tower. Acadian now going to meet JJ head on. There's Ole with the lantern. Miasma not spaced enough as Acadian will click his way back to safety. And there is that first tower gold I alluded to. Over to Phoenix here. Now going to get ganked though. Does not have his flash. This looks real tricky. Going to get chunked down pretty low by Fnatic. JJ going to flash in. Ignite is down. There's the Make It Rain and Mash. The one to pick it up. Fnatic though did have to burn the stopwatch. Given the peril of that situation, that's actually not bad for Phoenix. Obviously would rather have kept his life. But almost got a trade, at least got a cooldown out of Fnatic, as the hook will not connect onto Triple this time. FlyQuest keeping fairly close together here. 2.5 minutes till that next Drake. It will be Mountain Soul. We did see the extra terrain come into play for Revenge earlier as he did try and get away. And it is really Phoenix. So scanning the inventories for completed items. There is the Archangels now for Triple. He's going to be stacking that up towards the Seraphs, but Essence Reaver here for Phoenix up still pretty significantly in his lane matchup, whereas the other solo lanes have equalized as far as farm goes. Revenge going to get chased out now by Ole, Acadian, and Demonte, as it's 4 players descending on this bottom outer tower. And Phoenix just already ready to start flamethrowing away on the tower. And ooh, that's a really nice little turret taking combo there. That does not activate the abilities. We'll just chill out as the wave was not there to continue the push. The Monte continues to push and farm, which is all you can really ask of your Rumble. Imagine FlyQuest will be setting up for some sort of fight here around this Drake, but I will check in with the money. Not that much on Masher's side. I don't think he's going to have enough for the Essence Reaver come this next Drake fight. Ole continues to be aggressive. Look at Miasma, but Acadian over the top. Cleanse forced out. Triple does have the flash. Phoenix was chasing him as well, but here comes JJ, also ready with his ulti. does not let the depth charge go. Instead, Dignitas maybe just going to counter push mid. No, they leave the wave. Rift Herald is up for the taking. So they'll go there first. They've got plenty of time between objectives here to try and take it. Revenge will know what's happening, but Ole is already clearing out vision, and despite the ward in the backside, I think FLYA just going to try and trade here. Mash is trying to knock down the bottom outer tower. Triple continuing to try and push middle, though Devontae is there to challenge. Rift Herald number 2 over to Dig. There's of course no plates to take. With the way the second Herald spawn works, I believe there is no way for you to take additional plates with the second Herald, but of course will likely yield you a full turret eventually. At least a full outer turret. Certainly plenty to play for here for Dig, and they're ready for this next Drake fight if they can get back out on the map. The Andrew's finished for Demonte. He TP'd back down to start this one off. Ole already back down, starting to counter sweep the vision here. It does find a nice ward placed behind the rocky outcrop there. And Dig just move in, they take the vision. FlyQuest do have ultis at the ready. They're gonna have to fight maybe pretty quickly here. Phoenix potentially off in a dangerous spot, but Dig grouping up, and Mash is trapped down bot lane. Does have his Essence Reaver done, so did at least manage to sneak that item in before this fight. Hook lands there for JJ, front side of Demonte, it's the target. No stopwatch here, gonna get stunned, pulled back by Revenge's Facebreaker is triple. Able to find the damage to get that first kill. Now 5v4 for FlyQuest. And they'll move down to the Mountain Drake. They'll start it here. So FlyQuest realize that Dignitas do not want to try and compete for this Drake. So the gold is staying very close between the two teams. It's still about 1,200 up for Dignitas, but that's what it was before without any towers being taken here for FlyQuest Academy. So if they can get that gold, as they do get that Drake, and take the lead 2-1 in that objective, we'll be able to equalize this game fairly quickly. Dignitas have been playing quite slowly here, really just waiting for these ultimate cooldowns. I can't forget the Herald that Acadian has either, so have to imagine that will likely convert into a second turret somewhere, as Mash is forced to flash in the 1v1 versus Lolo. We'll not have that for the upcoming encounter, if there is one. Certainly have seen teams sometimes favoring playing slowly between the Drake spawns, so there is a possibility here for FlyQuest if they feel like they need to be farming up and kind of leaning into the scaling they've drafted for themselves. I look mainly at Triple's Cassio in that regard. Revenge is going to be permanently side laned whenever he can be, and right now is feeling just fine in the 1v1. Really no major item completed for him just yet. It does look like Trinity Force is going to be his first option. Still a whiles away from completing that one, and in the meantime, Demonte and Acadian, he's going to demolish down a tower here. Acadian's runes coming in handy to take that one very quickly. And still that Herald got a little over 25% of its duration left, and it does seem like the outer ring will be the objective here for Dig. Acadian going to drop it straight in mid. And that's almost enough to take the tower down. We'll see how much the charge does do. FlyQuest here ready to fight. Ole and JJ exchanging hooks. Moonlight Vigil misses triple though. Did have the gravity gun ready to go. And Rift Herald does charge in, but it's not quite enough to take down the tower. As you can see, it's a few pixels of health remaining. Dignitas will press on here for at least one more wave, despite the ultimates getting traded back and forth and not really connecting. They want to open up more space for themselves here and take down this mid-outer tower. FlyQuest Academy taking back here. Ooh, missing there for Ole, but was blind. Although Gragas on a ward there. Ole deciding he didn't want to go for that one, was trying to see who he could sniff out over the other side of the wall.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And there is that mid-tower take here. Is Phoenix able to finish it off? Go back and pick up his next bit of equipment. Again though, FlyQuest still happy, I think, where they are. Triple with 1.5 items and a stopwatch now. Mash also building up to the second item here as Phoenix is ahead still as far as gold goes. In fact, pretty significantly ahead, about 1,500 gold up. Does not finish his second item just yet, just has the the fancy bits, I suppose, of the Infinity Edge there. The pickaxe and the BF sword. That's the one taking to force JJ away. Level 12 to level 8. With the Leandries there for the Rumble. Makes sense why it's not really a fight JJ wants to take. Katie gonna walk in here. Dignitas might just go for this. JJ again, not that tanky. Katie in the front side gonna try and bear the brunt of the attack. Triple with the ulti, does not quite connect. And the equalizer gonna force out the Ceres there, but in the front side, looks like it is Acadian caught. Triple getting low, but not dead yet. Ball time at the choke points, very nice. As Demonte gonna get grabbed. Triple gonna make it out of there. JJ with a stopwatch of his own. Maybe he can keep this one alive, but Phoenix able to get that kill. Revenge with a massive shield on that haymaker. But Lola gonna chase him down as Phoenix just could not be touched in the backline. Able to dish out the deeps and win Dignitas the fight. Really looked like FlyQuest Academy were gonna have it there. They tied Katie up and managed to DPS him down. Mash had a great ulti through a kind of questionable choke point that Dignitas Academy was still re-engaging through. But just could not get to the damage dealers. Felios just destroying people in the front line. Triple, if he'd been able to rejoin the fight, may have been a different story, but he had to burn basically everything he had just to live. So not exactly the fight FlyQuest Academy prescribed for themselves. Triple continuing to farm up. He's actually very significantly ahead in CS right now, 40 ahead of Demonte. That's part of the reason he's got a bounty on his head. And that gold lead, as we can see as I look back up, now just about tripled from the last time we checked in. It's 3,000 up now for Dignitas Academy. Drake coming up in 10 seconds. They have to imagine they'll be able to equalize that here unless FlyQuest Academy do want to try and pull the trigger on a fight, but with no ulti for the Nautilus and really not a lot of room. I imagine it's pretty ill-advised. DIGA quite strong at this point. Phoenix also there with his Infinity Edge finish, so he wasn't doing enough damage before. He'll do significantly more now, and that was cute. Put the tower down by the blue buff. I thought he might try and take it remotely, but still enough damage there to take down the Drake, because the real price like Dignitas Academy were wanting, as Demonte is continuing to find flanks here. Decent equalizer, Acadian with the ulti, finds JJ, no stopwatch, but Stoneplate will get popped. Fight there continues, bullet time is good, Acadian down, but Fnatic now going to be the one called out. Moonlight Vigil, going to get the damage down. Revenzo tanking a lot on the front side, Haymaker out onto Ole, but the hook is good. That's going to be a kill traded over. Triple able to slay one. There's Demonte in gold form, will live for a little while longer. And again, they have to kill Phoenix. He finally dies. But JJ going to get cleaned up by Lolo. It's a triple kill for the Aatrox at the end of it. FlyQuest Academy, again, right idea, but Dignitas just so good in these engages. Lola going to find the final kill. That's going to be the ace. A quadra kill for the Aatrox there in top lane. I said it was Phoenix that was doing all the work. I take it back. It's all Lolo for that last fight. 703, 700 additional gold. The price for slaying the Aatrox, and Lolo says not today. Death Dance now finished. Goodness. That's a strong side lane if I've ever seen one, and Revenge, I think you can kind of see why. Things that weren't going as well as it looked like it might have with how massive that Haymaker was. He was doing his job in the front side, brawling, but no Trinity Force completed. Revenge is actually very far behind in this 1v1. 30 CS down about there against Lolo, and obviously way more gold than that, given the kills and assists that Lolo's been able to accrue. Dignitas Academy, it feels like their confidence is building. See if they pick the pace up anymore, if they're just happy kind of, you know, playing very disciplined League of Legends. Katie in there going to sweep out the wards. Looks like the prep for the Drake is already starting, as they will try and cover for Lolo here, who is a strong side laner in this game. FlyQuest Academy on the other side deciding to attack a different point. It is Demonte that will be on the weak side of the map. Grab the pop by Fnatic, but Demonte just going to back off. FlyQuest Academy can't commit too much there to these ganks in the side lanes, because Dignitas will just rip down towers if they're given the chance to. Acadian there again with that demolish being very useful in the bottom lane. 2 towers now in the bot, taken for Dig. Gonna bring that lead up 4-1, and that is kind of the other piece of the puzzle, I think, for why FlyQuest Academy are struggling. It's really difficult to maneuver around the map when you don't have the mid outer taken, especially as the game gets later. So even though they are finding team fights, it's tough for them to set them up in the way they want to. Feels like the fights have been very reactionary for the most part on FlyQuest's part. Despite some good hits from JJ, despite some great ults from Mash. Again, they have the damage deals if they can set up the fights, but getting flanked by Demonte, just getting straight up steamrolled by this Aatrox too. They're going to guard for triple here in the top lane. Not much vision there in the river. You can see 3 blue wards for Dignitas already placed down. Not too much time to waste here. JJ and Fnatic going to finally move down and start sweeping some of this out. Wonder if there's an idea to maybe trade this upcoming Drake for the Baron if FlyQuest Academy can get the vision. Triple is going to go back now, but Drake spawning in a minute 10. It is reset time for FlyQuest Academy. And Revenge does have his Trinity Force, so going to have a bit more power in his upcoming engages. Triple again. Kind of the real standout for FlyQuest Academy in this particular game, at least right now. 50 CS ahead, he's got 3 items. He's continuing to get stronger as Cassio is close to level 16, but not there just yet. So I think if Triple can be the one to go unfettered in a team fight with the front line that FlyQuest do have, and it's fairly good between the Gragas, the Set, and the Nautilus. Certainly have shown the ability to kill off the Sejuani despite the Stone Plate and the Cinder Hold. Now Lola going to be the one chased down. He's an attractive target with that extra gold hanging over his character portrait. But again, FlyQuest just have to return to mid lane. Going to try and take down this tower, but big flank potential here for Dignitas. As Phoenix going to be the one to wrap around here and clear out the wave, and it's too dangerous. Can't push the wave any further. Ooh, another little interaction, but JJ once again kind of winning his side of the hook battle. He escapes back towards the wall and almost gets away. I like the look there. Actually like that FlyQuest Academy are willing to be more aggressive. I think in part because Demonte is pushing in the top lane and they know it. So they'll knock this down. Can they start a fight here, Acadia? Maybe a little too far forward, trying to find that flank on the side. Does not get hooked. Ulti, I imagine, not a range there for JJ, but here comes Demonte. Dignitas want to fight. FlyQuest will not give them the opportunity, but that does mean Digga force them away. So again, all this time spent taking mid, clearing vision away from Baron, has left this right-hand side of the map completely dark for FlyQuest Academy. The Dig will start Drake number 3, and it looks like FlyQuest Academy will decide to contest at a different junction. And again, it makes sense. Don't have to contest for the Drake if it's not the soul. I think this idea of wanting to trade also seems logical for FlyQuest Academy, but given the map position they were in, wasn't really an opportunity to do so. Well, keep things quiet here between the objectives, it seems like. Still 3,000 gold here for Dignitas the lead, but lead has not grown much since the last time I checked it, which may have been at least 5 minutes ago, perhaps 10. FlyQuest are doing a good job of trying to stabilize the game. Again, it's just these lack of structures, lack of ability to easily move into the central, neutral areas of the map around the big objectives like the Drake, like the Baron. And to set up the team fight that FlyQuest won is in a lot of ways just the basics of League. But Dignitas has just been better in these fights, just been better finding picks. JJ here again, gonna challenge Acadian. Phoenix here gonna challenge everyone. Got a vamped up to Andarune and Hurricane now finished up. So certainly feeling team fight ready here on the Aphelios. JJ eats a bit of damage there from the range extended tower that hit him. That was changed. Aphelios can now no longer hit you from anywhere, but still fairly long with the rifle combos. And it does feel like Baron is just the order of business here. Dignitas just brute forcing their way into the pit. Again, around this little outcrop. Gonna look for hooks on the Dignitas side. Revenge is trying to get the wave pushed out. Looks like he's going for Stoneplate second after the Bramble Vest and the Triforce. So a bit tankier of a set build. Certainly one that we've seen quite a few times. And we're just going to be waiting for 3 minutes for this next Drake to roll around. Maybe. Seems like the teams don't really want to split up. Ooh, Moonlight Vigil on the front line. Triple going to be the target they find. But a good turnaround there from Acadian, who is supposed to flash away. It's Lolo now in the backline, just diving in there. But Revenge also taking up so much damage. Gets out of there, didn't even have the stone plate, and somehow he bears the brunt of an actual 1v5 in the front line. And again, Cassio has to burn all the sums. Lolo diving into the backline, threatening these carries if they can just get free time. A very different outlook in the team fights here, but they are sensibly not leaving the Cassio alone, and if they cannot get to that man on your screen, Phoenix and the Aphelios safely, and team fights become very difficult to win as the teams just try and protect their precious carries. But no one falls despite the fight in mid lane. So a minute 45 now ticking up, and now it's starting to get a little bit more tense for the FlyQuest side. First Baron of the game, still ready for the taking. That soul, not something you want to give up, especially as tanks are moving their way back into the metagame here. Seen a lot of Sejuani in this patch and the previous patch. You know, Stoneplate Sport's been around basically all season long. Mountain Drake's just going to make you tankier, so it might not be as flashy as the Infernal Soul or as overbearing as the Ocean. But it'll get the job done. No team wants to give away Mountain Soul. Very few games. A one where the enemy team has Mountain Soul. Though unfortunately for Dignitas, they can in fact make that claim to infamy. TLA did manage to sneak one away. Still a close one here between the two sides, which is kind of surprising given the records of these two teams. And again, it's the same story. 5v5, going to try and make something happen here in mid lane. Dig happy to wait for that Drake, happy to try and force an error out of FlyQuest Academy. FlyQuest Academy, of course, not wanting to make any mistakes. Hook there onto the front side, lands. Hook there by Ole, gonna try and move triple back in, into Stace he goes. Big ulti there out of the Aphelios, but a bullet time is good. Phoenix were able to take down JJ, but Revenge, again, gonna go back in for exactly that. Ole already dead. Sejuani dead here as well for Night with a great stopwatch here as Phoenix still left unfettered, just ripping through everyone. A double already, and again, if you cannot get to the Aphelios safely, the team fight is not over. So despite FlyQuest actually winning the overall exchange, it is still not done. Damonte and Phoenix can absolutely win this 2v3. And there are no junglers. So no way to really take this Drake safely. Phoenix is just going in. Doesn't have flash, does have heal. Gonna try and take this Drake here. Triple gonna keep them out as Mash did start it. But Damonte moving in. I'm not sure about this one, because again, no junglers. Revenge here though, gonna start something up. No ulti, gonna try and face break in again. Tries to force them out. Mash getting stronger, but Phoenix again with the tower just there. Snapping them down, but they do not get the Drake equalizer down. That's gonna be Mash dead to the Comet of the Rumble. A costly Drake there for FlyQuest Academy, but one they really did have to take. But the game will not stop there. Phoenix staying out on the map, stayed full health that entire time they were dancing around the objective. So now it's going to be a 4v5 for FlyQuest Academy around the Baron pit. Fnatic, this doesn't look like he's going to get a look in for a steal. Ole going to play defense and make sure nobody gets in, and that will be Baron over to Dignitas Academy. Unreal what Phoenix did there in that team fight. Again, a tale of two carries in many ways here. It's Triple versus Phoenix, and Phoenix has been left to his own devices in too many team fights for FlyQuest Academy to be comfortable. And Triple has been the opposite. He has been assaulted every single engagement. He's burnt sums, he's burnt Seraph shields, he's popping the stopwatch like his life depends on it, because it does. But you can see the formula here for both teams. Damonte has energized because course he does. Certainly a player with a lot of confidence. You have to appreciate. But this game is still close. Do not let the gold lead deceive you. Baron right now for Dig is good. They still need to do damage here to kind of the key sections of the FlyQuest base. FlyQuest Academy have shown they can certainly win a 5v5, again, if they can set things up the way they want. Mash, though, a little behind on items, so it's going to be the 4 items now for Triple with the Rabadons finished. So look to continue to carry through these fights. To Dig's credit, they've done a great job recognizing the threat. It is certainly Triple. Mash not there yet. Kind of need the 3rd item to, I think, be in the conversation. Trying to freeze him out here, 2 minutes 50. Again, Baron still going. FlyQuest have not conceded a tower yet, though. Keeping the tier 2 very healthy there in mid. Looks like this inhibitor tower, though, in bottom lane may not be so lucky. So will FlyQuest go for something now? They're going to clear the wave this first time. No, can't do it quickly enough. The Baron up cannon is able to get it. Maybe now they try and defend. Dignitas going to have to tread carefully here as they move towards the base. Don't even have to fight here, but an instant ulti onto JJ. But again, the depth charge back out into the back line. Full time over the top. Cleanse out from Triple from the hook. And Acadian rescued by the Lantern as Fnatic dives in there. Moonlight Vigil out. Inferno, big ult. Finds hits on the 3 as Triple again still cutting around. Lawler, though, maybe too far forward. He gets showstopper in! What a play there from Revenge as FlyQuest Academy get a leap into action. And finally, Phoenix dies in a team fight. Make it 3 for Cassio as JJ going to force Ole's flash. That is the fight FlyQuest were asking for. Revenge, it may have cost him his life, but he just dives in there with the showstopper. Triple has to be careful still. Gonna get a lot of life back there with the Twin Fangs over the Raptor Pit, but 12 stacks now for Demonte, who's good at getting assists there with a Rumble ulti, that's for sure. So 2,000 gold now ahead for Dignitas. That gold lead is shrinking, but starting to feel like it's just the execution of these 5v5s. At that time, FlyQuest had the answer, but unfortunately for them, it was not at a more prudent time to perhaps take this Mountain Soul that's going to be up in a minute 5. They have to worry about the inhibitor. They don't have to worry about Baron for 2.5 minutes, so it is just going to be the fight for this soul. And Mash has 3 items now. Talked about him wanting to get to that next point of power and has now crested over that spot. Triple also continuing to scale 5 items for the Cassio. Remember, Cassio cannot buy boots, so has a kind of a full item slot ready in the late game. Right now, of course, being occupied by a very sensible control ward, which given what's going to happen in 30 seconds, if Dignitas will let FlyQuest out of their base as they shove straight mid lane. Oh, Revenge with a flank. No takers, though. FlyQuest have to deal with a lot here. Good miasma. Banshee's VL going to save Triple's life there. Does not have the cleanse or the flashback up, so he needed that to live. JJ again on the front side, maybe going to tank a little too much. Will get interrupted as he goes over to the wall and is going to be forced to pop the Stone Blade, but Revenge. Here he comes again. He's isolated out to Monte. Dignitas are going to start the Soul Drake. Revenge can get over here. This just seems so dangerous, but he's in. He's already going to take it. Does get it. Acadian able to snap it away. Monte with the ulti over the top there. Tries to stop the MF, but Revenge again into the backline. Dumps one in, but Triple going to stun Demonte on the other side and will kite him away. I think he's going to win that 1v1, but he can't win it soon enough as Phoenix again left unfettered. As Lolo dives in, he's just going to go for it. Gets the knock up there. Triple again trying to kite it out as JJ that's left in a 1v2 that he absolutely cannot win. As Dignitas playing 3 different fronts on this fight somehow come out with the Soul Drake and a clean ace as Revenge with the last one to fall. Watch, not gonna save him as that's the ace for Demonte, and that may very well be game for Dignitas. No second Baron needed. Such a ridiculous team fight. But again, we talked about FlyQuest Academy wanting to set up the fights on their terms, wanting those 5v5s to go their way. And when he gets split up like that, it is so hard to win a front-to-back fight because it's just not that at all. Dignitas Academy, a masterclass in team fighting here in Academy, will keep the record strong. 9-2